Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the red Spanish. We got Rohbrot, butchered that well enough. Spawn bottom left side as the blue Italians. We got 31. No deck selected just yet by either player. When it comes to the natives map, we got the House of Oldenburg, give you access to a Rural Hunter, which is a hunter to collect up food, and also a counter skirmisher. And Northern Musketeers, which is only cost food as well. And down here, we've got the House of Wetton, give you access to the Trabants, a Papal Guard variant, and a Saxon Cuirassier, which is a Cuirassier variant. And you also get an Age 2 Fort and Giant Grant Grenadiers. Hunting Doggos research by, I'm guessing, the Spanish player. Or, nope, looks like the Italian player may have gotten it. After all, Italian player has a market. He may have found coin treasures. Killing off the gunman to eat his exhausted pigeon carrier. As I know, it's you're eating the carrier pigeon because it's worth 90 food. You're not planning to nurse that pigeon back to health, you monster. Borotro, now pulled in the field to go along with the explorer named Rohbrot. Don't know how to pronounce that. Just deserts pikeman will be bitten. The dog wants a stick. The dog shall have the stick. Capitalism being shipped on in for the Italian player. We do have, let's see now, we got the Broken Lance Company, which is a powerful shipment but also very overpriced. Gives you effectively 400 in value when most shipments will cost around 600. We got the Uffizi, got the couple financiers. Food financiers, I think, is the least important. You should be, if you're going to deposit any resources, you should deposit in food yourself. And a lot of Age 3 cards, or a lot of Age 4 cards. So maybe he's not eyeing, he's probably going to try to do a fast fortress, at least. And good number of mercenary cards. German company is the least valuable of the three, so it's probably the one you should focus at least, but it is more focused versus light infantry units. No papal arsenal there either, so we're not planning to make use of any papal shipment. My apologies, you may hear my drink open up. And now we do have the steel traps being researched now, as well as the governor. And the governor, which both of them will get an outpost and a tiny bit of coin. 200 coin shipment, not bad. A Spanish player, I haven't seen look at his deck. We got the 44th deck, which means the Obama deck. Let's see now. We got Rodialos, we got Lancers, which are not archaic units. Archaic affects, oh, it actually does affect Rodialos by 10%. But the Reconquista is not affected, does not get affected by Rodialos. I suppose it says hand infantry. Or Rodialos, I'm assuming they're classified as hand infantry, so it may affect them by 20%. We do also have the Archaic Infantry Combat card, which does affect hand infantry and foot archers, so it looks just slightly more effective versus Rodialos by 5%. Never noticed that. Reconquista affects archaic units, which does not affect Rodialos, just crossbowmen and pikemen. We also got the church card for the Spanish. I can't remember what that does. Looks like we're going to put down these doggos and steal their cask of wine. So they're not going to go out to the pub anymore with the pug. Maybe, but not with pups. Let's see now. How's our Italian base coming along? Has one Lombard in the field. Nothing manly deposit on it. Go for the Uffizi, which is good for getting the handful of church research and get more villagers. Right now he's at 18 versus the Spanish is 17. The beast is now eating the explorer named Pietro Cavallini. If I remember correctly as well, some maps, the beast actually does have the heroic circle, yellow haze. Blue's backing on off, gets hit there pretty hard. Snipes the local doggo and will take the treasure. And looks like Baraccio will be gunned down as the ATF wanted. More musketeers been pulled in by the Italian. He may be aggressive. The Spanish player is going for the adventurer. This will allow him to go on the adventure. Now got the Monte de Pizza, I don't know what to call it, which will give him his third or fourth Lombard. Very nice. So that coin shipment will be processed pretty quickly. And it looks like Red's outpost will be torched down. Very nice. Got a red barracks here. The mages could cancel it and fall back because I don't think that can easily get overran. And now got the food shipment. The food Lombard investment, which will give him 400 wood, 400 coin. Give him enough time. Long story short, I did the math when it comes to the Lombards. It is actually the only thing you should invest your resources into is you should mainly deposit resources in is food. Coin can give you a small return, but it's not really worth it. Don't deposit wood in; you will lose income. But it is a good idea to always deposit it in food yourself, since it effectively turns one village's worth of food collection into 0.48 or 46 wood per second and 0.46 coin per second. You're going to convert hunting into other resources, so it's a pretty good return, mainly depositing in food. Town player has enough resources to age on up, has 25 villagers versus 19. Went for a round of falconets. Oh, we got the early mortar and horse artillery shipment. So you get an early mortar to help siege down his opponent. Already has the falconets as well. He also... Wait a second. There's no Spanish gold. What heresy is this? Call the Inquisitor. We're getting around doggos being deployed on in. We got Bonito, we got El Paso, we got Galgioletti, and we got Cerveza, which is that name well enough. We got Lancers being shipped on in as well. Explorer took a pretty good hit. Got a handful of crossbow mixed on in as well. That was probably from the Adventurer. Counter player has aged up, not shipping or deploying in anything at the moment, so I'm not sure what he's eyeing. Yes, musketeers, he's collecting up these books. He must have aged up with the covered wagon. Yeah, he went for the covered wagon and got some books. Going for the Albanian company, give him 8 mercenary cavalry. Militiamen being brought on in, provide some fire support. Doggo gets gunned down. More musketeers from pulling in, and here comes the mortar. Musketeers will pose a threat to the mercenaries, but it is a little bit situational since the mercenary cavalry does have high damage, so they can deal with musketeers to a certain degree better than hussars, to say the least. Stratits are effectively a ×2 Hussar. Bosniaks, I think, are Lancer Cavalry with a charge attack. Oh, they got shipped into the church. Here's cavalry. Stratus, yep, ×2 Hussars. While the Bosnak is a Lancer Cavalry. So they're going to have trouble versus the Musketeers, but looks like they managed to take on the Musketeers well enough. Some of the crossbows are going down. Bosniaks will get some good damage against those crossbowmen. Take out some of the Falconets. The Musketeers doing some good work there. And one Musketeer shot does finish off the Falconet. He does lose all the Mercenary Cavalry and the Musketeers. Mortar still remains, but only poses a threat to structures. Got more Musketeers being deployed on in. Right now he needs... It's Italians, so they don't have an Age 3 Skirmisher. They get Berksliger in Age 4, or they get Passiveers in Age 2. So mass Musketeers is reasonable versus Italians unless they go for an Outlaw. And I do not know what this map has for Outlaws. We got Black Company pulling in, providing the Black Riders Armored Fusiliers. I said beforehand the German company is not cost effective for what you pay for, but it does provide you a bunch of light infantry units with exactly what he needs. Black Company provides him Black for 5 Black Riders with a light cavalry and armored fusiliers, which is a musketeer variant. Militiamen being plotted in. There's quite a bit of infrastructure up here. And the player has 24 villages versus the Spanish's 30. There's the Black Company. Armored fusiliers do also have 1 AoE and 60% melee resist. He needs mercenaries, exactly what he needs to get clear up this stuff. He lost his basilicas, so he can't bring in the shipment of priests to get everything healed on up. There's another Lombard there. Marvelous Leader. I don't know if Marvelous Leader is actually worth it. It's like it gives your villagers like 10% more effectiveness for 6 minutes. Don't know if that's actually useful. Like 6 minutes of 10% effective, more effective villagers. I suppose it affects all the natural resources, so it can be good. I don't know. On paper, this doesn't look too good to me. But I'll have to defer to the Spanish player's judgment. Whether or not if they are from the land of rabbits. Could take out one more villager. Now we got the armored fusiliers. Charging forward like this with the lancers may not be great. They have high melee resist. Yeah, the high melee resist may be just superior than times. What's better, 60% melee resist or ×3 damage versus infantry? Granted, these guys also really healthy as well, and they also have bayonet multipliers as well. Black Riders trying to gauge these skirmishers in melee. Looks like all the armored fusiliers have gone down. Black Riders, of course, are light cavalry units. Skirmishers do have less DPS in melee. And the rest of these Black Riders will be falling back. 4 out of 5 remains. Maybe a good idea to get out some priests, get them healed on up. These guys are quite wounded and quite valuable, but basilicas are stupidly expensive. He's going to use the architects to build it. Basilicas cost 400 resources. I think that's far too expensive for what it does. All the small things it does, it just simply does not worth the cost of 400 resources. I think it needs a cost reduction, just simply put. Exactly what? I'm not sure. At minimum 300, if not even down to 200 to match other... 250 is probably good. Italian players is aging up to the Papal Guard, which will give him access to... Given, what, 5 Papal Guard enables the Guard Passivere and Guard Pikemen, along with eventual access to Imperial, which is probably not going to be much. And now he's actually bringing a manual shipment of the Papal Lancers, the only really good shipment from the Basilica. Everything else is not cost effective. I'm making an Italian video going in detail about the Italians. The only thing that's good I would say from the Basilica is the Papal Lancers. There's age up. Oh, he got the times 10? I thought it was like times 5. Did he somehow get the effectiveness twice? He already had the improved reward from the... I must be mistaken. Got some Rodialos here. By the way, he did get the fast age up. Got the Papal Guard, which are decent right now. They're not super great, but they can be put in the cover formation, putting up to 60% range resist. Yeah, actually, believe it or not, that's really good. Cover formation puts up 60% range resist is very nice. He got some guard particularly leagueries. A very useful light infantry unit. Got some horse artillery for the Spanish, which is going to be very problematic. Papal Lancers could charge forward. There's nothing to stop Papal Lancers from charging. I think that would be a good idea. Don't think shipment of Papal Bombards. I hate the Papal Bombard. Papal Bombards are the healthiest of all the heavy cannons. And they also have deflection aura that affects other artillery units. Got some Rodialos here. He needs to pursue these force artillery. One Papal Bombard remains, and there's nothing left to finish it off. And the skirmishers will be picked off by these units. If these guys remain idle, they will get some health regen. He lost the Basilica, so can't bring a shipment of priests. There's another Basilica being queued on up. More Burgess Allegories. Alright, time to briefly talk about the Burgess Allegories. Of course, they are pretty fast for a skirmisher unit, which is very nice to have. They are more expensive than a skirmisher unit, costing 135 rather than 100 or 125 versus 120. And it doesn't have any skirmisher for me to cross reference. They offer a little bit more damage. Their increased cost is mitigated by the fact that they do get free guard because they are start out as guard. So that does make them inherently cheaper for a decent time before they become more expensive. Based on what I'm told, is Burgess Leagueries are great in 1v1s, but they're bad in treaty due to that nature. Got a good number of horse artillery, good number of Rodialos. Rodialos are inherently pretty weak. The Papal Guard right now are pretty good against them. 19 damage versus 13. And Papal Bombard seeing severe damage there. Lost half its health in that engagement. And you look closely, the deflection aura of the Papal Bombard does not affect the nearby Burgess Leaguery because it only affects the nearby artillery pieces there. Papal Bombard does do 430 damage, half versus artillery units, so they will one-shot these unupgraded horse artillery. Papal Bombard does go down. Armed spears providing the deflection aura in this region. But still got these 2 horse artillery back here, causing some huge issues for blue. A couple Paper Lancers charging way forward, and looks like red does back the game. I think the Rodialo transition was a horrible transition. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.